What is up, guys? We're back at it with another video today. We're going to be doing our another mock draft as the NFL draft is coming up on April 23rd through the 25th. Today, we're going to be starting off with Joseph. We're going to be going JAMball order. So with the first pick, the Raiders are selecting.
What's good, boys? It's been a minute. Let's get some energy up in here. The Raiders, it's a first sure pick here. Fernando Mendoza is going the first overall pick. I think everyone knows this. They should know this. Only way Fernando Mendoza doesn't go to the Raiders here if the Raiders trade their pick away. That's the only way. I don't see Mendoza getting on the Raiders. So Raiders need a quarterback. Easy, boom, Fernando Mendoza.
Now, with the Jets will be selecting Arval Reese with their second pick in this 2026 NFL draft. Yes, they did add a lot on defense during free agency, but honestly, why not add the best, well, what people view as the best player after Mendoza? You know, he can play the edge rusher position, he can play that off-ball linebacker position. Why not get a guy with two talents who could help your defense a lot and fit in that Aaron Glenn system?
Okay, with the third overall pick, the Cardinals are going to be selecting France. Where is he? Where is he? That's interior line. Hold on, I'm blind. Sorry. How do you say this, Angel?
Maui Noah.
Okay, Francis Maui Goa.
Maui Noah. The
Maui
G
Noah.
is actually sounded, yeah, it's like an N instead of a G.
Okay,
It's weird.
so the Cardinals are going to be selecting Francis Maui Noah. Sorry. This is just to help out any future quarterbacks that they get, just to help bolster up that O line.
Yes, sir. All right. I'm in charge of the Titans here. We're gonna try to keep this clean and quick. The Tennessee Titans are gonna select Jeremiah Love. They need a running back. I feel like a day one starter, and I think Jeremiah Love is gonna be that guy. He's been so explosive in college. I think he could definitely revamp that offense more. That will relieve a lot of stress off of Cam Ward, I feel like, and Tajay Spears and Jeremiah Love will be a pretty solid duo. And if they keep Tony Pollard around, maybe a trio. Yeah, Jeremiah Love going to the Titans.
All right. Now we are with the fifth pick. The New York Giants are going to be selecting. Oh, sorry, Sonny Styles, the linebacker of Ohio State. He's a really great linebacker. Uh, did really well at that the NFL Combine. Sorry, guys. He's gonna fit really well in that Denard Wilson system, and with that, the Giants are gonna be having they use a lot of linebackers to blitz, and also he's really good at at zone coverage. So that's gonna be a really good fit for Sonny Styles. Plus, he's gonna pair well with Tremaine Edmonds in that New York system.
Okay, with the sixth overall pick here, the Browns are gonna be going. They're gonna be going with Monroe Freeling. Sorry. Again, we don't. They're definitely in need of a quarterback, but quarterbacks aren't gonna really go high here. Aside from like Fernando. So with the Browns here, they're just closer to that O line, just to help in the future and maybe help the development of Shador Sanders or whoever.
All right, boys. We got the Washington Commanders with the seventh pick. This is where things start to get a little dicey. Shout out to Manny on this one. We originally had David Bailey or Ruben Bain here, but looking at it, the Commanders have really good depth at edge rusher. And it's not like they don't have that superstar guy, but it's enough to get to the quarterback and you could just switch out, time and time again. And that's what the Commanders have had for the past couple of years, but they haven't had a shutdown corner. So with the seventh overall pick, they're going to take Mansour Delane. You don't really see this too often in mock drafts, but thinking about it, it made the most sense. Mansour Delane going to the Commanders. They need some help on the DB room. They tried revamping that a little bit with, excuse me, I forgot how you say his first name, but Witherspoon. Akello Witherspoon, I think that's how you say it. Amik Robertson. You have Mike
Yeah,
dang it.
Sanders still.
You have him. You have Trey Amos. It's solid, but I think you need to add that top guy. And honestly, I feel like Mansour Delane being the best corner in this draft class will definitely help out the Commanders. Although as a Cowboys fan, it does hurt a little bit. Mansour Delane going to Washington.
All right. Now with the 8th pick in the draft, the Saints will be selecting David Bailey, the edge rusher out of Texas Tech. David Bailey, explosive edge rusher, really good speed rusher, 13 and a half sacks this past year. What's gonna with the Saints? Why the Saints pick them? Saints, they do have two solid edge rushers in Chase Young and Carl Granderson, but that's not enough. In my opinion, that's not enough. They need someone who's gonna have that speed and be able to get to that quarterback most of the time. And also with the loss of Cameron Jordan, they need to start figuring things out with that defensive line. And adding a guy like David Bailey definitely helps in making that new strong defensive line.
Right. For the 9th overall pick here, the Chiefs. We thought about this. I know last time we had them picking Jeremiah Love, but with them getting Kenneth Walker, I don't think that's gonna be an option anymore. The Chiefs do need defense, so why not go with the best defensive player on the board right now, just Ruben Bain.
All right, with the 10th overall pick, this one hurts my soul a lot, although it's realistically going to happen. Caleb Downs is going to Cincinnati. It's not really a shocker here. They're trying to rebuild that defense. That defense was the worst in the league. Caleb Downs is definitely that superstar that's gonna, I feel like, be the foundation for that defense. Now that Trey Hendrickson's gone, they need a new leader. They need a new foundation. Trey Hendrickson could be that guy. Or sorry, Trey Hendrickson. Excuse me. Caleb Downs could be that guy. I'm so sorry. Caleb Downs could be that guy. So Caleb Downs going to the Bengals.
All right. Now we have the Miami Dolphins pick at 11, and they'll be selecting Carnell Tate, the wide receiver out of Ohio State. Um, this might seem like a surprise fall. This could, who knows, he could end the game picked higher, or this could actually happen. But he's a really explosive wide receiver out of Ohio State, paired really well with Jeremiah Smith. The Dolphins really need wide receiver bad. Their wide receiver, technically their wide receiver one right now is Tutu Atwell. It's not really something that's not good right now. And adding Carnell Tate will definitely help that wide receiver group a lot and help out Malik Willis for sure.
Cowboys here. Not a very good draft for them right now, just because of the names that have gotten off the board. But here, we're actually not gonna go corner. We're gonna go safety with Dylan Thieneman. Yeah, we do need safety help. We need secondary help just in general. I think Thieneman is gonna be a really good safety coming out of this draft.
Okay, with the 13th pick, the Rams are going to go Spencer Fano. That I don't think that one changed last time we had our last mock draft. That one didn't change. You need to address a little bit of your offensive line. Protect Stafford while he's still here, and honestly protect any future QBs that you guys need. I mean, that's really about it. They only have one small hole at right tackle, and honestly, Spencer Fano could fit that spot. And I think the Rams definitely needed a tackle. And again, you just got to protect Stafford and any other future QBs that Rams may or may not possibly bring in.
Right now, with the 14th pick, the Baltimore Ravens will be selecting Vega Ione, the interior offensive lineman out of Penn State. Obviously, they lost our Linderbaum. That left guard position doesn't look too appealing with Andrew Voorhees there. He can probably play a guard or a center position depending on how they're gonna use him in the NFL, and that's definitely gonna fill a giant need for the Ravens with Vega Ione.
Okay, 15th overall pick, the Buccaneers are going to be selecting edge. They're going to be going Keldrick Falk here. There's not really much to say about this. They really need an edge rusher in that and just take the best edge on the board.
With the 16th pick, the New York Jets are going to take Malachi Lemon. Makai Lemon. I said Malachi. Makai Lemon, excuse me. I think this is possibly the best wide receiver on the board right now. I mean, Jordan Tyson has been falling, and most people could see this pick happening. If Mekhi Lemon is there, I think Mekhi Lemon's gonna be picked over Jordan Tyson. There's a chance if Mekhi Lemon gets picked early, maybe Jordan Tyson gets picked here. But I think the need that really needs to be addressed right now is wide receiver. Garrett Wilson, great wide receiver number one. Adonai Mitchell, yeah, okay. And then from there it goes downhill. I think you need that solid number two guy, for sure number two guy, and then Mekhi Lemon could honestly fit that need. Yeah, Mekhi Lemon to the Jets.
All right. Now with the 17th pick, the Lions are going to be selecting Caden Proctor, the offensive tackle out of Alabama. Right now, that left side of the O line is a big problem for them. After obviously they don't have Taylor Decker on the squad, their left guard position is very weak right now. Selecting Caden Proctor would definitely fill in that hole. It just depends how they might use him. Some teams view him as a future guard in the NFL, and who knows, they might view him as they want him as their left tackle. So the Lions can use him in both ways, whether guard or tackle, but he'll definitely help fill a void in that offensive line. The offensive line.
Okay, 18th overall here. The Minnesota Vikings are going to be taking Manuel McNeil. What does that say? I can't read that.
Warren.
Warren. Oh, sorry. Yeah, they're going to be taking safety here. They just lost Harrison Smith. They do need a replacement, and just take the best safety on the board here.
With the 19th pick, the Carolina Panthers are going to take Kenyon Sadiq, the best tight end in the draft class. I think that Bryce Young definitely needs some weapons. They're definitely going to try to address that need. I think, although that tight, excuse me, let me try to reword that. That tight end group is pretty weak. They have Tommy Tremble. It's not great. I mean, you have Jatavion Sanders. I mean, that's a solid. I think getting Kenyon Sadiq will definitely upgrade that tight end group a lot. That will give another weapon to Bryce Young and possibly push that Panthers offense a little bit more, because that's honestly what they need. They need a little bit more than just Ted McMillan deep ball. And yeah, I think Kenyon Sadiq goes here.
All right. Now with the 20th pick and their second pick in the first round, the Cowboys will be selecting CJ Allen, the linebacker out of Georgia. Right now, you could say that linebacker is a position of need for sure. He's an off-ball linebacker, really good linebacker. He's gonna be a way huge improvement over um, Kenneth Murray and I believe Logan Wilson. It's gonna be a big improvement. Um, if I had to say one thing that he might struggle with is sometimes he struggles in coverage, but knowing how that Cowboys defense is, I think he'll get trained really well and he'll end up being a better coverage guy in the NFL for sure.
21st overall, the Steelers are going to be selecting wide receiver Jordan Tyson. They did get Pittman in free agency with a trade with the Colts. But why not stack up in that receiver room? Give Aaron Rodgers, whatever quarterback starts there, some more weapons.
All right, we got the LA Chargers. With the 22nd pick, they're gonna take Caleb Banks here. I think they need an interior defensive lineman. Caleb Banks has been shooting up the charts. It makes the most sense. I think that's honestly what they just need to do right now. You need to beef up that defensive line. It's a little weak right now. Khalil Mack obviously is getting older. You don't know how much time he has left, so might as well beef it up while he's still there. Yeah, that's about it. Give me Caleb Banks for the D tackle for the Chargers.
All right, next up, with the 23rd pick in this draft, the Eagles will be selecting Akeem Mesidor, the edge rusher out of Miami. You could say that edge rusher position is a position of need right now. Yes, Nolan Smith Jr. is there. They have a solid some solid edge rushers. Problem is that they did lose Jalen Phillips in free agency, and you know what? Right now, Akeem Mesidor has been moving up the draft board. He's an older guy, so he has a lot of experience, so he could actually be ready to come out of college and fit really well into the NFL. He's definitely going to be a player who will help that Eagles pass rush day one. So that would be a perfect fit for them.
24th overall, the Browns are going to be selecting. They're going to be selecting Omar Cooper Jr. Again, just helping out any starting quarterback that's there, building the offense there, and yeah, just taking the best receiver off the board.
And with the 25th pick, Chicago, the Bears, they're going to be taking an offensive tackle here. They're going to be taking Caleb Lomu. You need to protect Caleb Williams while he's there. They tried addressing that need as much as possible these past couple of free agencies, and that's been great. That's been great. They only have a small hole, and it's that tackle. Fittingly, you got a solid tackle in Caleb Lomu right there. Might as well take him, protect Caleb Williams, and yeah.
Now, with the 26th pick in the NFL draft, the Buffalo Bills will be selecting cornerback Avion Terrell out of Clemson. Definitely right now that there's a need there. Maybe not a huge need at corner, but it's definitely someone that's gonna help the Bills for sure. Christian Benford, he's still good. D. Alford was a good pickup, and Maxwell Harrison is still a good solid corner. But why not add some more depth pieces? And obviously, and depending on what happens, Avion Terrell could end up being a day one starter coming into the NFL because of how hard of a worker he is and how great he is in coverage. So that could be a really good pick for the Buffalo Bills.
27th overall here, the 49ers are going to be going with Peter Woods out of Clemson. There's just help out with that defense that gets injured a lot. It just helps secure their trenches. And yeah.
All right. And with the 28th overall pick, the Houston Texans are going to take Caden McDonald. I like me some McDonald's. Let me explain why. Texans defense has been amazing. Their defense has been amazing. Realistically, the only problem is I was gonna say Caleb Downs. No, CJ Stroud. Excuse me. Another hole though that we did notice is a little bit in that defensive tackle group. You have Sheldon Rankins, Tommy Togai, and Logan Hall. It's not the greatest defensive tackle room, and I think getting a big D tackle like Caden McDonald will definitely help out. Will Anderson Jr., Daniel Hunter, and then McDonald, and then Sheldon Rankins. That sounds pretty scary right there. I think the Texans are going to get Caden McDonald here.
With the 29th pick in the NFL draft, the Chiefs, this is their second pick. The Chiefs will be selecting Blake Miller, the offensive tackle out of Clemson. Blake Miller's been moving up draft boards, and I could possibly see him get picked even higher by the time the draft comes. Blake Miller, a really good tackle. Chiefs are gonna are looking for that right tackle position to be filled. Right now, that offensive line still needs some help. There's other positions on that team, but Blake Miller would be a huge fix in helping protect Patrick Mahomes in that offensive line.
30th overall, the Dolphins are going to be going Jermod McCoy here. Just helping out really anywhere. They're just in rebuild, so just take best player available.
The second to last pick with the 31st pick, the New England Patriots. Who do we got? We got them taking TJ Parker. It's pretty simple here. Your edge rushing group isn't great. Harold Landry is your biggest bright spot, and then from there it goes down. Dermont Jones, and that's about it. TJ Parker is definitely going to be a plug and play here. They're going to test him early. They're going to get him involved, and I think that's honestly what the Patriots need. They need a plug and play type of player. TJ Parker will definitely do that for the Patriots D line. They need some sort of speed coming off that edge. So hopefully TJ Parker will fit that need, and I think he possibly could. That's about all they really need is a solid edge rusher.
All right, and then the last pick in the first round, the Super Bowl champs, will be selecting Colton Hood, the cornerback out of Tennessee. He played really well with that Tennessee defense for sure. He's going to be a big help as right now. The Seahawks corner room really needs some help. Devon Witherspoon obviously still great. Josh Jobe, he was solid, but from there it doesn't look too good. With adding Colton Hood will definitely help that cornerback room and fill in that void that was left by Tariq Woolen.